Hello people from the internet, I am Paulina, I am new here and this is my first vlog. I hope you are all doing well and that you're having a great year so far. I created this channel because I want to improve my English speaking and also to connect with friends that love the same things as I do, which are reading, studying, drawing, painting and be curious in general. What you're going to see in this vlog is just a week in my life and multiple unboxings, and also I'm going to be talking about my readings. So what is Blue Chapter? Blue Chapter is a project that I'm working on since the beginning of the year. I made this channel and my Instagram account because I don't only want to talk about books and studying and all those things that I just said, but I also want to create my own products and share them with you. And these products I'm talking about are all book related stuff like bookmarkers, mugs, tote bags and more. But let's talk about that later, because right now I want to talk to you about my week. I started recording this since the end of January and these are the books that I was reading. I already posted a quick review of each of them, but I'm going to tell you what I thought about them more profoundly here. The first one I finished was The Lost World by Arthur Conan Doyle, which was my favorite one of these two readings. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars because I just laughed a lot during the whole reading sessions. The way Mr. Doyle writes is just fantastic. I haven't read any of his books before. I know that he is the author of the Sherlock Holmes books and that was impressive. I just learned it when I finished the book. I didn't search the author before and I bought it because of the cover. Sorry, it's just a thing I have sometimes. But yeah, as I said, he is kind of funny for the time he wrote this. I think it was in 1912. This story follows Mr. Malone, who is a writer at the Daily Gazette, and he falls in love with a woman that is very how can I say this? I think she has high standards. She tells him that she's not going to fall in love with him until he lives an adventure and proves his bravery. Fortunately or unfortunately, Mr. Malone gets involved in a very dangerous adventure. He and his 3 new friends discover a completely forgotten world that is full of mysterious creatures. And that's all I'm going to say about this book. What you have to have in mind before starting this reading is that it's a classic, so the language is a little bit different from nowadays books. I enjoyed every bit of this story and I can say that I recommend it to you. The second book I read was The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. And what can I say about this book? It was a masterpiece. It's just a really long poem. The way Mr. Tolkien writes is just beautiful. He describes places as nobody. I think it's the most beautiful descriptive way of talking about places I have read ever. And this book has glimpses about reality. I'm mainly talking about war because it really portrays war as it is a really bad thing. It had me reflecting about how the world really works and the difference between good and bad, and it's just a masterpiece. Now I know why it's so famous and I cannot wait to start the next one. So here is the lake. I love to come here with my husband. I often come here to read or just to enjoy the view. What I love the most, of course, is the lake, but also the big trees. I'm not sure if you can see them, but here they are. They look like the trees that you can see in the movie Tarzan. I don't know, this park is just mystical to me. Also, I want to say that I'm sorry if I say something wrong. This is not my first language. That's why I'm reading in Spanish right now. But I think I have to read more in English. Tell me in the comments which books do you recommend me for keep learning English, because I'm trying to learn it through videos and also I read a little bit in English, but it's not that often that I do it. I have to say that I have already read The Hobbit and it's my favorite from the two. Something that I'm really thankful for with my husband is that he bought me the 3 books from The Lord of the Rings in paperback, and in result I can now annotate them. I already have them them in a mini special edition, but the typography, as you can see, is the tiniest little thing that I have ever encountered with, and it's kind of difficult to read from them. But I have to give them a point. They have a really good separation of the paragraphs, which the paperback doesn't have at all. So when I was in the last chapter of the Fellowship of the Ring, I grabbed my mini special edition and I continued and finished it there. I don't know, I think I just wanted to feel the sensation of grabbing something beautiful and finish it. Okay, so let's say goodbye to this part. Now we are in February and I am reading 3 other books. 2 of them are in Spanish, which is my first language, and 1 is in English. This is Pride and Prejudice. I wanted to read it in English because, yeah, as I told you at the beginning of the video, I want to improve my English speaking and reading, writing, and generally the language. I want to get better at it. And so far, I'm loving the book. Yesterday, I was laughing about it and talk a little bit of it to my husband, and I told him that it was about gossip from the 19th century. I know this book doesn't only talk about love, pride, and prejudice. I know it also makes you reflect about how things were before, so don't get me wrong, I was just joking about it, but yeah, I am really enjoying every single bit of it. It is funny, clever, romantic, and makes you reflect. What else do you need to start reading this book? The second book I'm reading is How to Make Good Things Happen, and it is such a good book to read if you want to get better at everything. It's about self-improvement, psychology, healthy stuff. Like, it really teaches you about the good and bad habits and how they affect your body. I'm taking notes from it and putting them in my commonplace book, so at the end I can tell you what I learned and maybe my notes can help others. The third book I'm reading, it's Philosophy in Seconds. I think you only can find it in Spanish right now, but in some, every page is a movement, like natural philosophy, personal identity, idealism, romanticism, etc, etc, etc. So yeah, I'm kind of introducing myself to philosophy with this book, and I'm studying it and investigating a little bit more about every single movement I'm reading. So this is the third and last unboxing, and it was my favorite. Well, I don't know if it was my favorite because I'm between the mug and the tote bag. I love all the products I received. Wow! They are gorgeous, as you can see. But tell me in the comments, I want to know your opinion. I fully designed these products. They are all handmade. So to make this drawing, I inspired myself on the Shakespeare and Company's bookshop at Paris. I really hope you like this first vlog, and tell me what else would you like to see in this channel. I am going to be reading The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers this next month, and I want to show you my journey. I don't know if I even told you my name. So hi, I am Paulina, and yeah, that's all for today. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.